Formula One would not race at Monaco this year. The TCR has hopped onto the opportunity, and we are able to fill that void in your life. Welcome to round 6, season 9 of the TCR League, the Platinum class, here from the beautiful Monaco Street Circuit. I am Sinister L43 alongside Dre Diggy in the commentary booth. How you doing
Hey,
today,
how's it
man?
going? Yeah, thanks for having me.
Not a problem at all. So the first
It's good
cars
to be
are
back. It's been a while since I've done this, but just been busy with the golden class and life in general. But since I'm confined to my home, according to the government, I see I can help out the platinum class, but here at Monaco. It's one of my favorite tracks.
yeah. It's been a while for me as well. This is the first time I've commentated since Japan, so it's gonna be weird to try and get back acquainted with everything. So looking on track now, it looks like Gigio Breezy is gonna be the first one to set his flyer. He comes across the line to start his official time lap. Coming through
Some,
Santivo
Something
now.
interesting about this is we're doing a full qualifying here at Monaco.
Yes.
So we will have 3 full qualifying sections. Because we're kind of short on drivers, I think most of the drivers will make it through round 1, since they usually knock off 5 drivers each round until the last shootout of 10. But I think everybody might get through round 1. But
Yeah.
I don't know, they might cut it off at 15, so we'll see. I don't know how the game does compared to real life, but we'll see what happens here. Let's see who gets knocked off or who makes it to the next round.
Yeah, most important qualifying session of the year, so we have decided to do a full qualifying to make sure that the traffic is not a huge factor once all the front runners are out on track. So Gigio Breezy now attacking the street circuit with everything he's got, heading into Rascast now. Almost hitting the wall there, pushing the car to the absolute limits. Going to be coming across the line. Let's see what he can do. Comes across, it's a 109.7. A good lap there for Mr. Breezy. So we're going to look back through the pack and see if anyone else is on their flying laps.
Right along with Talion right now in the Alfa Romeo. He's coming to the last sector here. He has a pretty good start going on. He's on the mediums right now. But so far he's doing pretty well. He's coming across the line here, and he goes P2. A whole nearly 2 seconds off of Joe Breezy. Joe Breezy has a flying lap. But granted, he's on the softs, and Talion is on the mediums.
Indeed, he does. So, in qualifying 1, this is essentially just a practice session almost, because no drivers will be knocked out of Q1, so everyone will be able to make it to Q2. But after Q2, that's where it really gets to get interesting, as Sequent now goes to P2 with a 109.8, just a tenth or so off of Gigio Breezy. He's also looking very quick. Now, as we're riding,
we had a yellow flag with something happened with Xandamar. I'm not sure what happened. It looks like he lost his front wing there, but he's limping back to the garage.
Yeah, he's missing a few necessary parts on that wing there, but we're riding along with Fatal now in Williams, and to the Nobel chicane now. Looking good, attacking the curbs. It was a 52.8 through sector 2. He's looking very quick. Coming onto the pit straight now. Fatal coming to the line. Is it enough? No, it's not. It's a 111.1, Mr. Fatal, but he's also on the medium tire, so not a bad lap there from Fatal.
No, Fatal's a great driver. I've raced with him plenty of times. He's pretty quick.
So we're going to ride now with Be Good and see the type of lap that he could set. And he goes ahead and pulls into the pits. So go-to guy now.
A lot of drivers made some mistakes on the first lap. Seeing some come right back into the pits, either maybe nipped the wall and lost some of their wing, or maybe corner cut at the chicane. But a million things can happen on this small track, especially so tight and narrow. This one is the most difficult track for drivers to race on. I'm riding aboard Go-To Guy right now. He had the fastest sector in Sector 1. Let's see what happens as he going through to Buck, through the chicane, and come around here, second last corner. See if we can pick up here a little bit. But he's on the soft tires, rounding the last corner onto the straightaway.
He is pushing that car to the absolute limits. He comes across the line. It's a 1:10.3, so it's not going to be enough for the top time in Q1, but that's not going to be that huge of an issue, as he'll have a few more chances to get pole.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty decent lap.
So
far, only 2 drivers are in the 09s.
And also, a storyline that has come into this, Amaso 3007 is the new full-time McLaren driver in the Platinum class. He is making his return to TCR Racing, so he will be partnering so he will be alongside G. Joe Breezy in the Papaya Orange McLaren. He comes across the line, completes his first lap. It's a 1:12.3. I'm not sure if he made a mistake or what, but that's not a...
Yeah, that most likely happened. Tommaso's pretty quick driver.
Just looking back through the field, we've got Go-To Guy. He's not on the flyer. He's sitting at about a 106, and he's not even in the final corner. So looking at who may be on a flyer, looks like everyone's just coming to the pits now. Seafreeze.
Okay. Let's see what Seafreeze is doing.
Seafreeze is still in the pits. The points leader, he is yet to set a lap, and
I'm riding the barn, Ko Chen, who's in the Williams. He set the fastest lap, fastest sector, the last 2 sectors. He might be contention to cross P1 here for qualifying 1.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you off there, but he's going to come across the line. It's going to be a 1:10.7.
He lost a lot of time there.
Yes, he did. He looked quick through the first 2 sectors. I don't know if he's going to go on for another flyer or not. I don't know if the softs can last to make a really great lap, but he's pushing as if he is going for a flying lap, so we'll see how this is going to work for him. He doesn't take the... No, he's about 8/10 down through Sector 1, so I don't think he's going to go for a flying lap here. Seafreeze now is now on track. He's just now starting his outlap, a championship leader. He is the only multiple time winner this season, winning at both Japan and Singapore, as he was able to take the win away from G. Joe Breezy at Singapore on the second to last lap, after Breezy had a giant lead, but he made a slight mistake and it cost him P1 and gave it to Seafreeze. So
that's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for Chico Breezy indeed. So Freeze now is warming up the tires and getting acquainted to this very difficult Monaco street circuit. As Zandermar goes to P3 with a 1:10.0.
Nice run by Zandermar.
Very good lap there from Zandermar.
Freeze about to make his official first lap.
And he's on it. He's come across the line now. Through Sandovote. No mistakes. Trying to use as little steering input as possible. Now all the way down to 4th or 5th gear, depending on who you are. It's just a personal preference as he goes straight over the bump. Don't know how it's going to work. 18.9 through Sector 2. Not sure how the 18.9 compares to the others, but he's out of the hairpin, heading to the really technical part of this track.
Yeah, that hairpin that wall, that other part of the wall can really stick out sometimes for your certain drivers. I know how your car is set up, you can definitely nip it, lose a bit of your front wing.
And through chicane, trying to carry as much speed as possible, just flirting at the wall there, trying to carry as much speed as he can. Attacking the curb on to the chicane, heading through swimming pool now. I think it's swimming pool, I don't really know my corners, so excuse me. Heading through Rascas now. We'll see what this can do. Not sure how this lap's looking. Coming down the pit straight, so gonna be a 1:11.4 for Mr. Seafreeze. Not a great lap for Mr. Freeze at all.
I think it's just getting a lap in, just to put something on there. If everything goes well, he really has to worry about his the second round. But I think everybody's going to get through the first round, and looks like Kev Berge and Dougie Fountain may not put a lap in at all, or they start to come out and put a lap in. But I think they're waiting, being patient.
Yeah, so Dougie Falcons now is on his first flying lap. He's on the medium tires. Probably not a bad decision, just to get the mediums warmest. Talon guy goes fastest with a 109.5. I didn't even see that lap, but that's a very good lap from Mr. Talon. So heading to the tunnel now is Dougie Falcons.
Getting up the wall there a little bit.
Just a little bit. Shouldn't lose too much time. Into the chicane, flirting with the wall. Really flirting with the wall there.
Lost a lot of time there.
Indeed he did, and I think he's just going to back off and might go into the pits or might just try and get a lap on the board, not sure. There's yellow flags in the second sector. That's cleared up but just about instantly. Big lockup there from Dougie Falcons.
I think he's just trying to put a lap on, see where he stands.
And he comes across the line, and it's a 1:11.8. That puts him P13, right under Demoso and right above Be Good.
Jeff Berge bails out. He's in the pits.
Okay, so go-to guy now, I do believe, is trying to set another flyer. He's a few hundredths down on his previous time as Kev Berge retires from the session, and he's also left the session. Interesting from the Mercedes garage there. Not sure what's happened. But go-to guy now heading through the tunnel. It looks like he has some decent speed. He was only about a half a tenth down through the first sector. So if he has a very good second sector, he could very well sneak his way up into the top three or maybe in the pole. You never know. Coming through, he's a tenth down. I don't know if he's going to be able to find a tenth or two to the third sector. So heading to Roscast now.
Let's see what he comes onto the front straightaway.
It's a 1:10.4 for go-to guy. 73 thousandths slower than his previous time. As we approach 4 minutes remaining in the.
I think a lot of drivers are just going to wait till round two. That's when it really matters. But since Kev Berge retired, I think he feels safe enough. I'm just going to save my tires and car until the next round, because you definitely don't want to accidentally knock yourself out and put yourself in a bad situation in round one.
Yeah. So looking at who's coming back on track now, looks like that the Mercedes of Be Good is heading back on track to take his crack at another flyer. But I do believe that most of these drivers will go ahead and stay in the pits and just wait to qualifying too before they push it where there's actually something at stake. So essentially, this is just a practice session for these drivers to just get acquainted and get the tires warm and get a feel for their cars.
Right. And also, they want to save some of their tires for next week. They don't want to use it all up for this round. I mean, it's okay to put a couple sets on to test where you can push the car and where other drivers stand, but really qualifying 2 is where it really matters, because that's the tire you use. The fastest tire you use in qualifying 2 is the one you race with, not the one you use on the final round.
Exactly. Seafreeze now is out to set another flying lap. Kind of an interesting decision there from Seafreeze, as he's on a set of softs. Maybe he's just doing this to set a marker for himself. He's 3 tenths up through Sector 1. He's looking very quick. Attacking the inside curve of the hairpin. Attacking that curve as well. He's really pushing. Heading into the tunnel. He's looking quick. Hasn't made a mistake yet. Hasn't put a tire wrong. Heading to the chicane. He's going to flirt with the inside wall here. Just clips the apex. Flirts with the other wall and then rides it all the way out to the barrier, throws it inside, and he's a half a second up. He's absolutely flying at 52.0 to the second sector, heading into Rascas now. And heading into the pit straight. What's it going to be for Mr. Seafreeze? Coming across the line is a 1:10.7. It's not what we would have expected from Mr. Seafreeze. We would have expected him a little bit closer to the top of the standings, but nevertheless, right? Well, we aren't sure if he's pushing or not.
Yeah, well, again, I think a lot of drivers just tested where they are, where they can push the limits. And for Monaco, if you overdrive one corner, one sector, or do anything, it kills your time because you're trying to ready yourself up for the next corner, and if you mess up one, then it certainly affects the other. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Seafreeze in the final round really taking it to the top drivers, Italian, Seawick, and Joe Breezy. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so Xander Mar, I do believe, is on a flyer, and he just invalidated his lap, I think. He cut it a little close there to the chicane. But interesting enough, he stays on track. But I think that may have invalidated his next lap as well. I'm not sure. But no, he's going for a flying lap, I do believe. Heading to Casino now. And
I was just riding aboard Fatal. Fatal just went to P5.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. But that's a fantastic lap from the Dominican driver of Fatal. The Williams a 1:10.0. It's very quick. He should be right in contention with these guys for pole position coming up in the later qualifying session. As time expires, there's only four drivers, who are going to come across to set another lap. We're going to see what Xandermar can do here. Comes across the Sector 2 timing line. He's about a tenth down on his fastest time. He's really pushing it to the chicane. And the Rascas pushing it all the way to the wall. Back in, stepping out just a little bit. DRS open, coming down to the line. Is it enough for anything? It's a 1:10.0. No, excuse me, 1:10.4. He's 4/10 down. Here comes Fatal. He's about 2 seconds down. I don't think he's going to be able to set a flyer. Dougie's 8 seconds down.
Fader and Dougie backed out, and they're heading to the garage. Be good cross the line earlier, but no major improvement.
All right, so everyone
and
now
that's round one.
Everyone heading into the pits, and qualifying one has come to an end. So it's Talon Guy who is the fastest in qualifying one. Joe Breezy in P2. Sequit rounds off the podium in Q1. As Xandermar will be P4. Fatal P5. Dougie Falcons P6. Can go to Guy will be in a solid P7. Doth will come home P8. I-Roll P9. The championship leader Seafreeze comes home P10. Kyochin P11. HVAC Toaster P12. And Amoso, the man who's making his return to TCR Racing, is in P13. Be Good P14. And Kev Berge, who unfortunately left the session, will be P15. What do you take away?
All on this off, so yeah. I think the Team Mercedes, I think they're trying to get a grasp on everything, but I've only seen two drivers. Well, kind of, if you consider Xandermar, three drivers, that's in the 09s. I think that might shift. You see more drivers in the 10s and see what happens in the 09s, but Italian, that's 09.58. That's a very, very fast lap.
Very quick lap indeed for Mr. Talon. But I do believe it's going to be a fantastic fight for pole. It's the most important qualifying session of the year. So do not go anywhere as we head into qualifying 2, where we see 5 drivers eliminated from pole contention.
All right, we are back. But this is only for round 2, another 15 minutes here for qualifying 2. Another reshuffle here, and so we'll see what happens as drivers get their tires and decide what setup they're going to use. I think it'll be kind of interesting. I see a few drivers coming out on medium, so kind of see what's going to happen there.
It should be very interesting there indeed.
Drivers are already coming out now.
So this
First driver out looks like it's going to be, excuse me.
It's Kyochin who is the first driver to come out. He's followed closely by a Haas of Zandermar. But now there's something to play for these drivers. But the Williams and the Haas are very close to each other. They might want to separate that gap if they want to get some clean air.
Yeah, I think they will once things kind of spaced out a little bit. But they probably will have time to do 3 runs here. And second qualifying is one of the most important ones. You know, it might be a strategy for some of these drivers to actually hang on the back and have medium tires, because in the silver class and in the golden class, there was a safety car. And knowing that it's Monaco, we're going to expect at least one safety car. So my thought is, well, why don't I just put some mediums on, or, you know, even the softs, hang out back and let the guys, you know, kind of crash and wreck each other.
Right.
What strategy do you think that might be? Either you have to be up front or you have to be at the rear. But if you're in the middle, there's significant chance that you're going to get involved in some mess.
Yeah. Now, the strategy that I think would work the best is one that I used in a league race of mine, is trying to push the softs as long as possible and go for the overcut. I was able to push a set of soft tires to about 9 or 10 laps or so, and then go onto the medium tires, and I was able to actually win that race from P5. So, first league win, woohoo! A little bit of tooting my own horn there, but yeah. So Kyochin now is going to lead the pack down to set their flying laps. We'll see what the Williams driver can do. He's attacking the curbs as much as he can. Mike could have used a little bit more track on exit there. He throws it to the inside, rides it all the way out to the outside wall.
Right on the board, Xandamar, he's right behind KO Chen, so it's interesting seeing what happened. Oh, Xandamar lost a little bit of time there in Sector 3.
Kyochin now coming across the line. What's the benchmark going to be? It's a 1:11.1. I don't mean to be rude. I do not expect it to last too long, as now Zandermar goes with a 1:11.1. Doth will come across the line next. He sets a 1:10.3, a good lap there from Doth. Fatal was the next one to cross the line. He sets a 1:10.1. It's a good lap there from Fatal.
Roll. He just set a pretty fast lap. Pretty decent there.
Yeah, Roll as well goes P3 with a 1:10.9. Waiting on everyone to come across. Go-to guy goes P3 with a 1:10.3. Next driver to cross the line will be the Ferrari of HVAC Toaster. We're going to see what he can do. He's on the medium tires, and the number 72 number 72 Ferrari comes across the line. It's a 1:13.0 on the medium tires, which is interesting.
Several drivers on the medium tires, riding along with Seafreeze right now. He has the medium tires, and so is Joe Breezy. So maybe these guys might want to just put a nice preliminary lap down on the mediums and see what they can get out of that, and before they jump on the softs to make it in the top 10. So all the drivers got to make it to the top 10 now. So 5 spots eliminated. See what happens.
Yeah, should be very interesting indeed. So it's going to be fun to watch the battle for the top, but it's also going to be very interesting to see the battle for P10, that final transfer spot into the pole fight. So Seafreeze now is on his fly on the medium tires. Going to see what he's going to be able to do. Pushing it to the limits. He sets a 52.9 through Sector 2 on the medium tires. He's looking very quick. Hanging the Rascast now. Pushing the car to its absolute limits. On the pit straight. And he crosses the line. What's it going to be? It's a 1:10.2 for Seafreeze on the medium tires. That's a very good lap from Seafreeze.
That's a very good lap. And just slowly pushing the limit, raising the bar a little bit. But he's not the only one on medium tires that's doing pretty well right now. Brian along with Joe Breezy. He's on the medium tires, and he's going to try to set that bar again, just like Seafreeze. He's going to push it here on the medium tires.
Yeah, for sure. Seafreeze now. Not sure if he's going for another flyer here or not. I didn't see his first sector split.
Oh, Joe Breezy runs wide and Rascas. That's going to hurt him.
Breezy wide and Rascas. He comes across the line. Is it still a good lap for Mr. G. Joe? And yes, it is. It didn't matter as he still goes faster than Seafreeze with a 1:10.227. He just goes 300ths faster than Seafreeze.
That last corner maybe knocked off a tenth or so on his final lap, but that was still a very, very beautiful lap.
This is looking to be an absolute fight for pole position here. Fatal, I do believe, set his lap on the soft tires. So if Fatal wants pole, I think he's going to have to find just a little bit more pace.
See multiple drivers running several laps on the medium tires, So we'll see how that affects them.
Dougie Falcons now on his out lap. He is in P3 in standings. He won the opening race of the season at Bahrain, which I also commentated. The race was an absolute classic. If you haven't, just go back and watch that race. It included a bunch of great moments that'll go down TCR history. A last lap battle between two drivers and a double overtake from Swarner. It was a beautiful race.
Yeah, did you watch any of the last two races here last night and Tuesday night of the silver and golden class?
This might get me fired, but no, I did not. I've been busy all week and didn't.
Oh, no worries. Anyway, it was absolutely insane. There was multiple battles going on the last few laps, and I think golden class had 3 safety cars last night, and the silver class had just about the same, but there were multiple safety cars. Oh, Xandamar goes P1.
Goes fastest with a 109.4. I didn't even see it because I was following Dougie Falcons, who's on his flying lap. But Xandamar, who has been sneaky fast this entire session, goes to the top of the standings with a 109.4. That's a blazing lap for Mr. Xandamar.
Oh yeah, that's Xandamar, the very quick around here. I've had a chance to race with him here before, and he's always done really well.
So Dougie Falcons, his flying lap didn't go too well, 111.7. As it stands, he's currently out of qualifying 3. So at the moment, the drivers who would essentially be knocked out of qualifying is B Good in P11 with a 111.6. Dougie Falcons with a 111.7. Damoso with a 112.4. Kev Berge and Sequit, who have yet to set lap times yet, would be eliminated. So Dougie Falcons now. I don't know if he's on flyer now. He's about 2 seconds down through Sector 1. So
I don't know if Kev Berge is going to actually put a lap in, but he and Sequit need to definitely do something. We got about 5 minutes left. Go ahead.
Sequit is heading out on track now as we're speaking. So he's at the start of his out lap. So he's going to try and do his best to nudge his way into Q3 for this race.
I'm a little concerned about Kenneth Brady. I know he's a quick driver, but hopefully he doesn't get eliminated here in the early on. But maybe that's his strategy. Maybe he wants to hang out back. But Sequit, he's on his opening lap now.
Yeah. Maybe he knows something we don't, which is why we are here and he is on track. But So looking now, Iroll is on his flyer. He was he's going to come across a Sector 1 timing line. See, up or down. He's a 10th. He's a 10th up. So Iroll is going to try and make his case to lock himself into Q3 here. Interesting line there through the hairpin. Looks like he might could have carried a little bit more speed through there.
So far, KO Chin is on the bubble for P10. I think he might get through, but Dougie Fountain is very fast. Sequit is very fast. They were both in the top 5 in round 1, so a lot of drivers are on the bubble. So is iRoll. He's in P9. Maybe good enough, but we'll see. Any driver that's in 11 second, or I think is in jeopardy of potentially losing their position.
That's purple Sector 2 there from iRoll, actually. It has popped up on the track map, unless it just lied to me. He's coming across the line. What's it going to be? It's a 109.7, and it's enough for P2 for iRoll.
P2, that's good. That would definitely keep him in the top 10 for now, and he will definitely move on to the next round. Let's see what is KO Chin coming across the line.
KO Chin
no
gain. Across the line, no gain. No, he stays P10. He's flirting with the bubble now. He's got a second gap from Be Good and Dougie, but I feel like Dougie may have something to say about it.
All right, drivers are starting to come out. Get the last set of tires they want to use for this round of qualifying. Got 3 minutes to go in this round.
And it's fatal. Goes to P2 with a 109.6. We were kind of saying
Sequit moved on up to P5. Ooh. That's a great run for him.
Nice lap there from Sequit, but that pushes Kyochin into P11, and go-to guy now flirting with the bubble for the final transfer spot into P3 as we approach 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this qualifying session.
I think you see the driver that's on the medium that they're getting ready to switch to the softs, most likely. Seafreeze is already out, but he kept the mediums on. I think he might be able to work with that. We'll see what happens. Talion! Oh my gosh, that's a 9 flat, almost.
Talon with an absolute flyer of a lap time. He sets a 109.024. That's a fantastic lap from Talon.
Great move by him.
If he is that close to a 108, we may see a 108 in Q3. Multiple drivers. But looking through the field now.
Go-to guy coming through Rasgas. He's on the bubble right now. Let's see if he can secure himself in the top 10 with a faster lap. He did set a fast sector. He moves up to P8. That's good.
Indeed, he does. He was 2/10 up coming out of Sector 2, so he was looking very quick that lap, but that should be enough to secure his spot into Q3. As Dougie Falcons is still on his out lap, he'll be coming across the line to start his flyer now. So Dougie Falcons, at the moment, is in the red of qualifying 2. He needs a good lap here to put himself into the top 10.
Right now I'm riding aboard Seafreeze, who is on the bubble, and he is coming through to back at the moment. Going pretty fast right now. I think he's in the green. And let's see what happens. But he's on the mediums. He is on the mediums. He's not on the soft. Oh, he's getting held up a little bit by Toaster and Rasgas, but I think he might be fine.
It's going to be interesting for Seafreeze. He comes around the final corner, and he was about 400s down through Sector 2. Is that enough to improve? He comes across the line. It is. He just improves. It's a 110 flat almost for Mr. Seafreeze. I don't know if that's going to be enough to keep him.
Oh, I'm riding along with HVAC. He is on the bubble. He just hit the wall in turn 1.
So Dougie Falcons
doesn't take too much time off of him.
Dougie Falcons 3/10 up through the second sector. He smacks the wall a little bit. Coming through Rascast now. Is it enough to get him into the next session? I really don't know if it's enough. He comes across the line. What's it going to be? It's a 110.3. It's not enough.
No, it's not enough.
It's not enough for Dougie Falcons. He's going to have to settle for P11. That's very unfortunate for Dougie Falcons, who is third in the point standings. Dougie Falcons will not make it to Q3 here at Monaco.
He lost a bit of his front wing, too. I think he thought the car would have been taken over, but then he hit the wall after crossing the line. Anyway, Kev Berge did not make the lap, but Damaso, Be Good, Keochin, they're all in the pits. They're finalized, and Dougie, he's one of the last cars on the track at the moment. But HVAC, he's good. He will make it across the line.
Yes, go-to guys, the final driver who's going to set a flying lap here. Looks out of Rascast. We'll see if he can improve just to justify his spot in the top 10. Come across the line. It's going to be 1:10.8. He doesn't improve, but he stays P9 in this session. So, Dougie Falcons into the pits. But, yeah, that's going to be the end of qualifying 2 here. So, the 5 drivers eliminated from qualifying 2. Dougie Falcons, Kyochin, and it popped it off my screen before I could read all of them. So, give me just a second, and then I'll read them.
But what a run for Italian. Number 1 there at the low 09s.
Yeah, a very fast lap there from Talon. The 5 drivers eliminated is Dougie Falcons, Kyochin, Be Good, and Damoso, as I do believe that
along with Kev Berge and P15.
Kev Berge's also eliminated. Gijo Breezy was in P2 with a 109.4 on the medium tires. So that's a very good lap there from Gijo Breezy. He could be a major threat for this pole position. But it's Talon Guy who sets the fastest lap in Q2. Then it's Gijo Breezy, and then Xandermar will round out the top 3.
We're on to round 3. All right, who's your pick? Who's your pick for taking the pole? I'm going to go with Joe Breezy.
And I'm going to say the same, actually. He's only 4/10 off of Talon on the medium tires, so I'm expecting him to set a fantastic lap here.
So it's Joe Breezy for me, then by Talion, Seafreeze, and Xantamar. Those are my top 4. Those top 4 that could get the pole and most likely will get the win. I haven't decided the winner yet, but most likely will get, to get the pole and be the top contenders for that win. And Joe Breezy, he's out, the first one out.
Yeah, he wants to go ahead.
Seafreeze first one, followed by
Seafreeze
Joe Breezy.
Beats him out of the pit lane. So Seafreeze is going to have clean air to start this qualifying session.
Here comes Xandamar. He's out next.
Yeah, so all the drivers heading out. Here comes Talon. He's also heading out alongside his teammate Doth. The Red Bull of Sequit, the lone Red Bull in this qualifying session, heading out. As Dougie Falcons was unfortunately eliminated in Q2.
It's actually Haas and Alfa Romeo, so the only 2 teams, both drivers made it in.
Yeah, wow. So a very impressive showing there from all 3 from all 3 Ferrari power teams.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Seafreeze is taking his time, going through to back, and before he puts his first opening lap out.
Here we go. Seafreeze 22 heading out of the final corner to start the first flying lap of Q3 here at Monaco. It's the most important session of the year probably, so we'll see the type of lap that Seafreeze can set. Heading towards Casino now. Looking very quick indeed. Coming across the Sector 1 timing line. It's a 18.3.
Hopefully Roll doesn't get in his way. I think Roll will get out of his way here soon. But he's coming up on him fast in that Ferrari.
Yeah, Roll, I want to move for him. As he does without any issue. So Seafreeze now through the tunnel. Heading to the Noel chicane. Excuse me. Flirting with the wall, running the exit all the way out to the outside barrier. It's a 51.8 to the second sector. That's a very fast sector from Seafreeze. Heading into Rascast.
Let's see what happens. He's the first one that's going to come across the line, but Joe Breezy's right behind him.
It's a 109.7 for C
That's
Freeze.
a good lap. That's the fastest one he's put so far, and something tells me he has more in the tank. But here comes Joe Breezy.
Oh my!
He's the first driver to make it to the 8-minute sector. So 08965. That's a fast lap for Joe Breezy.
Fantastic lap from Joe Breezy. Now I'm not sure if anyone is going to be able to beat that or not, but I would not count out a single driver in this session. As Fatal still in the pits, he's going to set a flying lap pretty soon here. But yeah, fantastic lap from Joe Breezy. Don't think he put a tire wrong that lap.
No, I don't. I think Dolph definitely did. He's in the 13th, which is not good. He must have hit a wall or, lost his, the car somewhere.
Yeah, tiny mistake there from Dolph.
I'm riding aboard Toaster right now. He's coming through Rasgas on his first lap. Let's see what he can do here where he stacks up against the field. So it goes P6 with the 110.40. That's not bad, not bad. But man, Joe Breezy, first one to go to the 8 sector category. So we'll see what happens. But a lot of drivers. Here comes Doth again. He's going to do a second round in that Haas. There we go. Here he goes with a 110.5. So he's back up to the field.
It's a pretty good lap there from Doth.
Here comes Fatal with his first preliminary lap here. He's going to start his lap.
It looked like he kind of nudged the wall there on the exit of turn 1. But I don't know if he did or not, or just a visual glitch. I'm not really sure. He misses the bump. 18.4 through sector 1.
He's catching up to iRoll right now. iRoll, I think he's on a lap, but he might have to get out the way here soon.
Yeah. About the same as that he did for C Freeze as well, so we'll have to find a safe spot to pull off. Because Fatal seems to be on a very quick lap here. As Fatal is really pushing it through the Nobel chicane. He locks up a tire and don't think he's going to lose a lot of speed, though. It comes across. It's a 51.7. That's the fastest Sector 2 all day. Let's see what he can do. iRoll moves for him.
Has to pull over.
Don't think he lost time from iRoll. Fatal still pushing. He has to save the car a little bit. The back end steps out from under him. Coming down the pit straight now. Is it enough? He comes across the line. It's a 109.8. I think he may have lost a little bit of time through Sector 3 there with iRoll and locking up a little bit. That's still a
very good lap.
Still a very good lap indeed.
Pretty much majority of the drivers are now in the 09, 1 minute 09. So C Freeze is out. He's getting ready to start his fast lap right now.
Come across the line. C Freeze does start his flying lap now out of turn 1. Heading to Casino now. Let's see what his Sector 1 time will be. Does he manage to break the 17s? No, it's an 18.2, but he's a few hundredths up on his previous time. We'll see what he can do.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely up. He's a faster sector that time for him. Coming through the tunnel now. Putting everything he got in that.
To the Nobel chicane now. We know how strong C Freeze is through Sector 2. He seems to improve every time he goes through it. A 51.2. He's absolutely flying. This is a fantastic lap from C Freeze. Can he manage to find 3/10 through Sector 3? Out of Rascast now. Onto the pit straight. He's looking quick. Is it enough? Coming across the line. It's a 108.8. It's a fantastic lap from the points leader. Wouldn't have expected anything different there from C Freeze. He's a 10th clear as Joe Breezy. As C Freeze goes the pole position here at Monaco.
As soon as C Freeze crossed the line, I heard Joe Breezy engine rev up, and he's getting ready to come out the pits here shortly.
Oh yeah.
So he might have something for that, but here comes Talium. He's getting ready to start his fast lap. coming out of Rascas. Let's see how Talon, who set the fastest lap initially, but can he go a few tenths faster?
Zandermar heading towards the casino now. We'll see the type of time Zandermar is setting. Okay, now, coming across Sector 1 split line is a second down, so I think he may have backed off or made a mistake or something. So we're going to ride with Talon now. He set an 18.3, he's a few hundredths up through Sector 2.
All right, running above Battalion. Here we come through the tunnel right now. Let's see what he can do to improve. He's running pretty fast. He's pushing everything. Gonna break late.
Hang to the no
cuts that. Oh, runs a little bit wide there, but that's okay.
Not invalidated. It's legal, but he's going to push it as hard as he can. Coming across the line, it's a 51.5. That's a very quick sector, but he's a 10th down. Let's see if he can find a little bit more time through Sector 3 where the others couldn't. Pushes it very wide through Rascas. Let's see, coming across the line.
It's going to still be a pretty quick lap. Oh, just barely improves. Barely improves.
Still a very good lap there indeed. With a 109.3, I do believe it was.
Sequit and P5 is getting ready to start his fast lap. And he's on the front straight away, giving everything he got.
So Talon guy was 2 seconds down through Sector 1, so I don't think he backed off of this one or made a mistake.
Yeah, I think he's going to back off. But we got 2 minutes to go, so he might just hold off and do everything he can for the last lap.
Joe Breezy might want to head out pretty soon if he wants a chance to take away pole, as I see movement from the McLaren garage, and there he goes.
There we go. So Seafreeze beat him out again.
Seafreeze beat him out once again.
It's going to be the last shot for Xandamar as well.
Yes, it is, and it looks
I don't think iRoll is going to put a lap, or iRoll is getting ready to start his one and only lap. He couldn't put a time in.
Well, here we go. It's all come down to this. Seafreeze, Joe Breezy, a 10th separating the two of them. Let's see who will be able to take home pole position here for the crown jewel of the TCR season.
Riding aboard with iRoll right now. He's been up there a little bit, but he's always been on the bubble. Let's see if he can be a spoiler in any capacity.
Sequit goes P3 with a 109.3, I do believe that's what that was. I've got it on the interval instead of the fastest lap for my...
Pretty fast lap for Sequit.
Yes, it was a 109.3.
Go-to guy. Get ready to start his flying lap right now.
Yeah. Go-to guy who is currently 4th in championship standings. He picked up a win this year as well. So don't count go-to guy out just yet. We'll see what he can do. Coming to Casino now, across the line. It's a 18.4 through Sector 1. But Seafreeze now, starting his flying lap, alongside with Joe Breezy. So this is going to be the battle to watch on track. Seafreeze and Joe Breezy. Who's going to come out on top of these? Could Sequit, our Talon guy, spoil the party at the front? The Talon guy's in the pits. Don't think he's going to do anything.
I'm riding aboard Joe Breezy. Joe Breezy run a little bit wide in the hairpin, but that's okay. He's only 1/10 away from pole, but that's all he needs to do. Is pull 1/10 out to get pole.
That's it. 1/10 separating him from first position for pole for the Monaco Grand Prix. Seafreeze is looking at 10th down through Sector 2, so I think Seafreeze just nailed his flying lap.
Joe Breezy just set the fastest sector for himself.
He did. Purple Sector 2 through Sector 2. No, what? No. Purple Sector 2. So Joe Breezy gets very loose.
It back in. Let's see how much
is
that
still enough? No. It's not enough. He gets loose on the exit at the final corner. I think he may have had it. I think he may have had it if he didn't get loose.
He lost the back air on Raskas, trying to get back to the throttle, and I've seen that happen to me plenty of times before. So it happens.
Yeah. So
But the winner, pole sitter, is going to be Seafreeze, followed by Joe Breezy Seawick. Talon, Fatal gets ahead of Xanamar. I thought Xanamar made to pull something like he set a pretty fast lap in the qualifying 2. He's one of the top drivers, but it's going to be Doth, Toaster, and Go-To Guy and Roll, who set a pretty decent lap for P10, but I think he was trying to keep close to his tires and keeps his options available. But that's going to be your lineup here.
For sure. Should be a fantastic Monaco Grand Prix here. But now, it's the infamous question that we must ask at all street circuits. It's not will we have a safety car, but how many safety cars will we have this evening?
Probably 3.
Maybe 3. I think that we'll only have 1. And I think it's going to come pretty early in the race.
Well, last night for the Golden class, the safety car came out pretty late. It was like lap 8 or 9 before the first safety car came up, but then followed by another immediate safety car, and then they were all kind of in the middle, but none of them were getting none at the end.
For sure. So now drivers on the grid making the final preparations to their setups and their pit strategy.
So, who do you think the winner is going to be?
Oh man! Since it's
we almost had pole, but Seafreeze, last year's champion, multi-year champion and current points leader, he spoiled the fun, and so I think Joe Breezy still has a great shot of getting this. It all depends on safety cars and strategy, and if he can get ahead of Seafreeze in turn 1. But I think Seafreeze is definitely the favorite to win this race.
Yeah, since it is Monaco, it is a relatively hard track to pass at. So Seafreeze will have to ride off as the favorite for this race, but I don't think that Joe Breezy is going to let him just cruise away with it by any stretch of the imagination. It looks like looks like the top 2 also starting on the medium tire, since that's the tire they used in Q2. But yeah, I think we're in for a really good Grand Prix here from Monaco.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is going to be exciting. 39 laps, really 40. If you're starting on the, looks like most of the drivers are starting on the medium tires. Excuse me. So we'll see what happens.
So Seafreeze now leading them to the final corner to line up on the grid here for the Monaco Grand Prix. As here we go. The AI has officially taken control for all the drivers now. Seafreeze pulls into his grid slot, and it is about ready for go time.
So guys, the drivers on the soft, they're going to go maybe 8 to 9 laps, and then they're going to switch to the mediums or the hards. Most likely the mediums, because they're likely to be a safety car, but those guys are going to have to pit pretty early. But for Seafreeze, go ahead.
And here we go. The lights are on the screen now. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights are out and away we go. And it looks like a pretty good start from Seafreeze, but Joe Breezy may have the better of him. Joe Breezy around the outside. Joe Breezy takes the race lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. He's in the P1. Seafreeze having to try and defend from Sequent. Sequent's had a great start. He's in the P3. It's Talon Guy who stays P4. Fatal is up to P5, and Xandermar stays P6. Doth P7, but Joe Breezy jumps Seafreeze off the line. Let's see if anyone tries to make a move here. And it looks like there's an incident. A little bit of a snaggle.
It's contact in the back. We got eye roll. Get smashed. We got 3 drivers backed up here in the hairpin. Everyone's getting stuck and going pretty slow. Up to that moment, we had a pretty clean lap.
It's a traffic jam through the hairpins. You said it looked like an incident with Doth and a Ferrari. But back to the front.
Sequit has left the session.
Sequit's left.
I think his internet maybe lagged out there.
That is what we call an online league racing mechanical failure there for Sequit this early in the race. That's very unfortunate. We'll see if he can get back connected and try and resume this race. It's going to be a major blow. But Joe Breezy, with the start of a lifetime, jumps Seafreeze and takes the lead off of Seafreeze to T1.
Another hit. The Ferrari of Toaster got an incident here at at Raskask, and he has some damage there.
Yeah, that's going to be unfortunate for HVAC Toaster. Let's see if anyone tries to make an overtake here. Looks like Dougie Falcons is trying to make an overtake on Sequit, but I forgot Sequit is not with us at the moment.
We got a little train here with Go-To Guy and P8 and Roll and Keochim. They're all stuck behind each other. You know, these trains are very, very more deadlier than actually crashing out, because you misjudge another driver's braking point, or they make an error, and you're you're right in with them. So just be careful. Try to give people space, but at the same time, there's so little opportunity to pass anyone. You got to be close up to make that dive when you can.
Yeah, for sure. So it's Joe Breezy who still leads this race. He's 7/10 clear of Seafreeze.
Seafreeze is not far behind him, but Seafreeze is building a pretty big gap, nearly 2.5 seconds on Talon, who's actually, ironically, is on the soft tires.
Yeah, so Talon's going for an alternate strategy compared to the two leaders in front of him. Cycling to the field here. See if we can get some on-track passing, hopefully. Ooh, a little loose there for Go-To Guy. Out of turn one, and side by side, it's Iroh and Kyochin contact between the two of them. Kyochin to the inside, heading to Casino Square, and he's going to make the overtake. Kyochin makes the move on Iroh. Now it's Dougie Falcons. He may look for the overtake, but he's going to.
Be Good is now coming through as well. So we got kind of a train going behind Kyochin at the moment, and HVAC, the first driver to get a 3-second time penalty at the moment.
That's very unfortunate for Toast there. He's been involved in a lot of stuff this race as the lights went out. So Sequit is back in the lobby. I saw him in game chat, and there's an incident in the chicane. Looks like that the Ferrari was forced to lock up and misses the chicane. He's got a 3-second time penalty. But now Dougie is being held up by the Ferrari of Iroh. He's right on the diffuser of him. Let's see if he can find a way past him. Does he go for the dive bomb in the Rascast? No, he holds back, locks up a little bit. And now Iroh
comes to the pit. Significant damage, along with Go-To Guy. They're going to get off those soft tires, and they're going to put those hard tires on. So Damaso, Go-To Guy, and Iroh into the pits.
Interesting call. These guys may be trying to go to the end of the race. I'm not really sure, but we'll see what they can do.
So far, no safety car, but if the safety car came out soon, those guys will will catch back up to the field.
Yeah, so we're going to look here with Dougie Falcons, who seems to be pushing his way through the pack. He goes wide through the hairpin and almost is overtaken by Be Good.
Be Good is still on his gearbox here a little bit.
Yeah, Be Good's not going to let him just cruise away like this. Heading to the Nobel chicane. Talon Guy picks up a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
I'm riding longboard with Fatal here. Fatal, with Xandamar, as he tried to catch us up to Fatal. Battle for P4.
Yeah, Fatal defending from Xandermar. That gap is less than a second, so Xandermar will have to DRS on the one DRS straight this track has. There's a Casino. Xandermar starting to close the gap a little bit.
Be Good is still taking the fight to Dougie. It's under second, so he will have DRS on the front straightaway, but see what he could do during these tight corners here.
back
Well, so
to...
far no safety car, so so far I think they're pretty green. Once these tires starting to wear off with the soft drivers, they tend to wear off pretty fast. So let's see if they can maintain and stretch these tires out as far as they can. But the medium drivers of Joe Breezy and Seafreeze are still maintaining up front.
Indeed, they are. So, looking at the gaps here, there's no gaps where the gap is less than a second. So, I don't think anyone's going to have DRS just yet. So, but yeah, it looks like that the grid's spread out. No true risk for a crash just yet, so I don't think we'll see a safety car too soon.
No. I think we'll be fine at the moment. We still got some battles here. Talon is starting to catch up with Seafreeze a little bit. As I'm riding aboard with Talon, who does have a 3-second time bidding, but Seafreeze and Joe Breezer are still within sight, so those soft tires are starting to come to him now. Hopefully it's not too late. I think he's starting to find his rhythm where he can catch back up.
Yeah, let's hope it's not too late and we can have a pretty big battle here for P1 in this race. Looks like Breezy starting to gap Seafreeze just a little bit. Actually looks like it's staying about the same, staying right about 1.4 or so, but now that gap's really starting to close.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, now Toaster is right on the back of Doth right now. Excuse me. I don't know if Doth made a error or is it just simply his soft tires are starting to run off here a little bit.
We'll see if HVAC Toaster can make an overtake somewhere.
The field is starting to bunch up just a little bit.
A little bit of contact between Doth and HVAC.
Oh, he's right on him right there. That was not a very good exit for Doth. We might see a dive here.
HVAC might want to make the move now. A little bit of a block there, it looked like, from Doth. But to the inside now, HVAC locks it up, but makes the move
Gets
stick.
the pass. Very nice move.
Yeah, he did what he had to do to make the move. It's very hard track to pass that, so it takes some very extreme measures to make the easiest of moves here. So now it looks like Doth is under pressure.
Is in the pits. He's going to take those softs off, and he's going to put on the hards.
It looked like the mediums at first as they flashed yellow for a second. But now Kyochin has found his way past Doth as well, so Kyochin moved up to P6. Dougie has gotten past Talon in the pit lane, so Dougie's up to P8. At the front of the field is Joe Breezy, who still leads the Monaco Grand Prix with Seafreeze, still P2. And Secret retired for the session. Is he in a safe spot on track, or
I'm not sure. It's only a Sector 3 yellow, so no safety car, virtual safety car, but we're still good.
Okay, but the bad thing about that is now there's going to be an AI just cruising around track.
He's somewhere in Rasgas, the last corner of Rasgas there.
Yeah, I do think he's at a safe location. I don't think we'll have to throw out the safety car. I know we're going to be okay.
The Seafreeze is still not too terribly far behind him.
No, he is not. He's keeping the gap about the same. He's not letting him just cruise away, but he's not gaining on him either. Come through Casino now. Kyochin into P5 now since Zandermar's made his pit stop onto the medium tires. Looks like
Doth. He's into the pits. He's going to put the. He's replacing his front wing. He must have had some wing damage. He's going to put the mediums on. So, not great for him, but he's back out here on track.
Yeah.
Fatal's the last driver that has not pitted with the mediums. Last driver with the mediums on. Excuse me.
So we'll see how long the Fatal can push these soft tires. He might could go for the overcut.
Got a move by Be Good. Alexander making a power move on Be Good with those newer medium tires. Talon is on the back of Dougie at the moment.
Yeah, 0.4 of a second is all that separates those two. Now, Talon, of course, is on the hard tires, so I don't know if he's going to be able to hang with Dougie Falcons for much longer. But Dougie does still have to pit, and Talon's tires are fresh, but I feel like the medium tires has got a huge performance advantage over the medium. The medium has better performance in the hards. So.
Hey, Sinister, I gotta go for like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right, that's not an issue at all. I'll man the commentary booth for now. So as Dre Diggy, my partner in the commentary booth, takes a quick little break, I'll be taking you through the action by myself for the time. So it looks like the Talon guy and Dougie Falcons in a battle here. Talon's closed the gap surprisingly on the hard tires, so we'll see if Talon can make a move on Dougie Falcons. Dougie Falcons a little bit of a lockup. Talon guy's right there. Does he look for the move? He peeks for it, but now he's going to have to tuck back in line and wait a few more corners before he makes his move. Might have to wait for turn 1 to make a move, see if he can get the better run out of the final corner than Dougie. If Dougie gets loose, and now Talon is going to be able to close up on him. Does he go for a move, or does he hold back? Fastest lap of the race from Zandermar, the medium tires, the 1:12.1. It's a good lap there from Zandermar. As Sequit leaves the session. Now Talon looks to the outside. Massive lockup from Dougie Falcons heading to the hairpin now. And Dougie is causing a massive train. Zandermar and Fatal closing up on this battle. Kyochin picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Lock up again from Dougie Falcons. Talon guy right there. He's going to have to make his move sometime. And these three get past Kyochin, who's going to make a pit stop. Yeah, 4-car battle here for P4 at the moment. As Dougie Falcons is causing a fat train. Dougie Falcons another massive lockup. Dougie is really struggling out there on those old medium tires. These guys are going to have to find a way past him. It's Dougie now. Locks up again through Nobel chicane. Talon guy closing up on him. Once again, he's right there. He just has to find a good spot to make the move. Talon guy looks to the inside now. Dougie has left the door open a little bit. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. These four are nose to tail. You could put a blanket over these four cars. So now, Dougie forced to go defensive. Dougie's still trying to hold off this giant pack of cars here. These guys are still nose to tail. Nothing separating these guys but Talon Guy. Now is a good chance to make a move. He's closer than he's ever been. If he wants to make a move, he's going to have to do it now. But he can't. It's Monaco, and it's impossible to pass here. Nothing separating these cars at all. As C Freeze now has made his pit stop. He's going to the hard tires. He's made the first move. Now he's going to want to get out before these pack of cars catches up to him, which he does. Dougie Falcons is causing an absolute train right now.
Alrighty, sorry about that.
Welcome back. So what you've missed is that Dougie Falcons has caused the train of a lifetime, and he's having to defend for his life from Mr. Talon.
Oh, I see Talon's right on him. It's all by Xenomar Fatal.
Yeah, these four cars.
So these trains right here could be dangerous because you can misjudge and chip a wing from another driver if you're too close. So you just got to be patient and see where the cars fall and see what you get. But yeah, being aggressive here and when you're in these trains is not the best solution at all.
Yeah.
So Talon is still. I think Dougie's pretty fast on straightaways, but in corner I think Talon has him.
Yeah. So Talon has been on his gearbox for what feels like the entire Grand Prix now, the whole 17 laps it feels like, but.
Joe Breezy's came in for his first and final pit.
Yes,
put on the hard slung with Sea Freeze, and he still maintains the lead against Sea Freeze.
Yes, the leaders have now made their pit stops, so Sea Freeze is going to try and chase down Joe Breezy. As now
we got a big pal up here.
There's a Ferrari who rejoins, go side by side with the Alpha. That could be very dangerous. HVAC Toaster is going to rejoin in the middle of this train. That looks to the inside, and there's contact, and he spins himself out. HVAC Toaster spins out. He goes for an ambitious move, heading towards Casino, and thankfully he ghosted. That would have been
too aggressive too soon on those cold hard tires. Not the best move, but he saw a gap and he went for it. I was right along with him. It just really wasn't there.
Yeah.
But good effort, A for effort, but
yeah,
didn't work out for him. But Talon is still on the back of Joe Breezy. Excuse me, of Dougie Falcon, and he's going to fight very hard for that.
Yellow flags through Sector 2. Not sure what's happened there, but that's cleared up instantly. Talon still right on the gearbox of Dougie Falcons. Dougie Falcon still has to pit sometime.
Oh yes.
We'll see if Talon can get a run on him here. Heading to the run through. What's that corner called?
Marabou.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marabou. Yeah. It's hard to say those French words in my very, very southern accent, so
yeah.
it's better to get someone who doesn't have a thick accent like me to say it. So
Dougie, this is a huge battle for P3. This will be the last spot. We go all the way down to Fatal, who's vying for that P3 position. But we got a big train.
And it looks like HVAC Toaster's on the intermediate tires.
Oh, I think he made a mistake entering pits, or maybe that's the only tires he has left that's fresh, but that's a bad call. It just went from bad to worse for him.
HVAC Toaster, if I was him, I'd just retire from the session at this point.
He's now been lapped officially.
Yeah, sure enough, he's on the gray intermediate tires.
He's still got a gap between the drivers, between third where that train is, so he can try to get back.
He's in the wall already. Oh, this is horrible for HVAC Toaster. This is really bad.
Talon gets to the back of Dougie, and they both tap the wall there a little bit.
Go-to guy. Yeah, he just because it's in the pits. But yeah, these four, still going after it. Nothing is separating these four. And lock up there from Dougie. Talon now right there. He just can't get the move on him.
I think this is his best shot here.
Yeah, he's going to have a good chance here.
But Dougie is faster on the straightaway. He's faster. He can maintain, even though he has slipstream compared to Talon. Talon's very much good at the corner. Ooh. See how he goes in deeper. He can get back to the corner in the gas and things like that.
Looks like there's a lot more downforce on the Alpha.
And he's on the hards as well, so he'll be able to maintain until the end. I'm not sure so much. Oh, Italian rear tire get the back of the Rascas.
HVAC Toaster does the right thing probably by retiring from the session on the intermediate tires. That's very unfortunate to see there.
He was doing really well. He's right in the middle of the pack there. He definitely got some points today, but unfortunately bad call. Oh, and here comes Beidels on the back of Xandamar. He could have made a move there, but he decided to back out.
Yeah, now, here comes Kyochin to join this battle. But before long, this is going to be like an 8-car battle here in just a minute. But I'm surprised Dougie has held on to these tires for this long. I'm surprised they just haven't fallen off.
He's 25 seconds behind Seafreeze and Joe Breeze. Seafreeze and Joe Breeze can actually do a whole pit stop and still maintain their position. Talon, Falcon, as good as the driver he is really holding up the field. Mm-hmm. And we saw a lot of this in the last few races here in the last couple of days. But, he's maintained position. You gotta fight where you can. And he's been fighting every single corner. Coming out of, still riding on board with Talon. Gets DRS on Dougie Falcon, but can't really make a move. And actually, Xandamar is actually falling back on Talon a little bit. Fatal is starting to catch up to Xandamar. And Kyochin is catching up to his teammate, Fatal. So this is a real battle here. This is really happening. We got 5-6 cars battling out here. Joe Breezy holding up the field. Oh, that was a very tight hairpin. As we continue onto the tunnel, we got a 5-way battle. Talon's still on him.
Talon's got a good chance here. Does he go for it? No, he holds back. Big lock up there from Dougie. Holds up the field even more. 28 seconds to gap from him to Seafreeze. Seafreeze is also closed the gap to Gijo, so we might see a move there.
But this train is the real race right now. We do have a battle for the last points paying position for Be Good and Damaso, but those are a whole 20 lap difference between each tire. I can't believe Damaso has gone 20 laps on those hards. That's pretty impressive. Talon's still on the gearbox of Dougie. He's going to have to make a move or do something because they're losing so much time. In the last 5 laps, they lost at least a second per lap onto Seafreeze. It's now 30 seconds. Oh, Talon tried to do the undercut.
Contact there.
But Talon has to be careful. He does want to risk chipping his wing because if you chip your wing here, this could be fatal.
Yeah. Back in the pack, it looks like there's some passing going on. Looks like someone came out of the pits or something. Not really sure there. But Dougie's still holding this pack at bay.
Xandamar nearly hit the wall there.
The leaders are going through some lap traffic, so this is going to be a good chance for Seafreeze to close the gap on Gijo.
It looked like Damaso may have lagged out, unfortunately.
That's very unfortunate for him.
So is Doth. We got some carbon fiber on the field.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Roll is now into the pits, and he's replacing his front wing and getting fresh tires. Keo-Chen is now joined this pack. Keo-Chen, Fatal, Xandamar, and Talon still trying to ground Dougie. Can they do it? They're running out of time.
Yeah, they are running out of time very, very quickly. Talon's got to make a move soon if he wants to take a step on the final step of the final to take P3 here at Monaco.
Step on that podium, but I think he might get it if he can maintain it.
Yeah,
I think a lot of these drivers are going to be very, upset with Dougie, but because he's holding up the field, but at the same time, no one can get around him. So how can you take that argument to him if you don't take it to the fight?
Dougie is still going to have to pit, though, I believe. There's no way he can carry these medium tires all the way to the end. Unless he knows something that I don't, but I really don't think there's a way.
Oh, Xandamar is taking a look.
Xandamar is taking a look.
Oh, so is Fatal. They're all taking a look on each other. Let's go through this hairpin slowly, smoothly. Everyone's bunching up. It's okay. Don't lose your front wing. That's something you have to tell yourself as a driver. Don't overdo it because you can easily lock up or misjudge a braking zone, and next you know you're back with another car.
Talon really needed a good exit there. Dougie locks up even more. Can Talon just get the better exit and get past him? No, he's going to have to wait a few more corners before he makes his move.
In under a second, we have 5 drivers that's going over like 120 miles per hour within 1 second of each other. That's how tight it is right now.
It's absolutely incredible. Let's see if Talon can get the better exit and finally just make a move on Dougie Falcons.
I still think Dougie just has that better straight line speed, and that saves him a lot of times from getting past. Like right now, Talon is on the back of him, but he's able to maintain. Even with the slipstream in DRS. Oh, Dougie runs wide a little bit there. But Dougie has not made any mistakes.
No, he hasn't.
He might not be the fastest driver out there right now, but he's maintaining and consistent. That's oftentimes get the points and the wins, consistency.
As all this is happening, the gap now from first to second is 2.1 seconds. So it looks like Seafreeze may have closed the gap a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, Xandamar, 3-second time penalty. Just barely exceeding himself in that chicane. So far, looks like everyone got their wings still. No major damage. About 13 laps to go.
Talon's closer than he's ever been before. He may look for the move here. Does
Took
he?
a peek on the outside. Oh, give us a quick tap. Another tap. Here
comes.
Damage.
Oh, there's contact. Oh, the big crash. A big incident there as Talon's turned around. Oh, that's very unfortunate for Talon. He was on for
Talon
a very good race.
Plenty of space between the other drivers. He looked on the outside of Dougie. Dougie shut the door, and then Xandamar impatiently got on the inside and on the outside too. And unfortunately, he couldn't shut the door fast enough, and Xandamar got to best him. And Talon unfortunately tried to limp back, but there's nothing much he can do now.
Straight to the wall there. So now it's Fatal.
Here comes Fatal. Fatal's moved up.
And look at Xandamar! Xandamar takes out Fatal! Xandamar takes out Fatal! He misses his braking point, and he takes out the Williams driver! And he's going to let him go, and rightfully so.
Xandamar made a bad decision there, misjudged. He lost his front wing as well.
A very bad decision, and Dougie is looking back in pride, snickering as he just...
I told you, I say, when you get stuck behind another driver, drivers get frustrated, they get... they get impatient and they want to make a move. And unfortunately, all Dougie had to do was just maintain, stick to his marks, and everyone else behind him pretty much either got in a wreck or crashed themselves out. And KO Chen has taken over into P4, and he's going to try to chase down Dougie, see if he can do it. But Dougie held up that train, and everyone kind of went insane behind them, unfortunately. And now Xandamar is in the pits. Go-to guy who pitted just a few laps ago is now up to P6. He just got lapped by the leader, Joe Breezy.
So Kyocha now is in the catbird seat, trying to chase down the Red Bull of Dougie Falcons.
He actually just passed Seafreeze, who's in P2. I roll. And that Ferrari, he's on fresher tires, so that's why he's able to get around the leader here a little bit. Seafreeze and Joe Breezy has 46 seconds on third place. Just
and now Dougie
dominant performance from them.
Goes into the pits, and Kyochin assumes the final step on the podium, and that moves Fatal into P4. So a good day for Williams, a 3-4 at the moment.
Oh yeah, so they had to stick behind those guys and just maintain as best they possibly can, and they did. But bad luck for Xandamar and Fatal in many ways, but and then go-to guy being stuck behind there. Seafreeze, he's coming into the pits.
Seafreeze in the pits.
I think he's going to put the softs on, or maybe the mediums, and try to get the fastest lap. Oh, actually, it looks like he's going to put the mediums on.
And go for fastest lap.
Yes.
Just try and get as many points as possible here, because I think the win is just out of reach now.
Yeah. He has plenty of time between third place, so he's totally fine. Just go get the fastest lap and grab, instead of 18 points, he can grab 19 points.
He could have probably made 2 pit stops there and been okay. The gap was that significant.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to one Dougie Falcons, who caused the train of a lifetime there.
Yeah, but you got to give it to Dougie,
Yeah.
If you're not the fast car doesn't always win the race, but if you can maintain and get a pretty decent points finish, then go for it.
And now he's going for P5 at the moment, so
he's on the soft. So Seafreeze may have a little challenge here. This Dougie Falcon is on the fresh soft, so he's going to try to go for the fastest lap too.
So Talon and B Good are in a battle here for P9 in the final points paying position. So saw that Talon made an overtake.
Seafreeze still got plenty of time over third place. top three or the top two just absolutely breaking away from the tire field. But Fatal, he's doing pretty well. I think he may have a little bit of wing damage from after that incident, but he's going to try to take it to his teammate here for the last podium position.
Yeah.
Got less than 9 laps to go. Dougie's running a fast lap. He's trying to go for the fastest lap, but Doth goes for the fastest lap. He can still have it, but he won't count towards any extra points because you have to be in the top 10.
So I don't know who has the fastest lap in the top 10 at the moment. But
so we surprisingly did not get any safety cars this race so far, and I don't know if that's a testament to the talent of drivers that we have, or just people got lucky. But there's definitely been a lot of action so far.
Well, this race is not over yet.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, at the moment it's looking like that we might go safety car free here. So Fatal now trying to catch up to Kyochin here. Have an inter-team battle here for P3.
There's no team orders right now. Let's just, get it where you can.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I just got to give credit to Joe Breezy that's just been absolutely flawless all race.
Yeah, he
still has his front wing, and he's know when to push it to maintain his strong lead over Seafreeze, but also to not overextending himself and cause himself to get in a wreck or anything like that. Just doing an absolutely great job right now.
He has not had a whole lot of screen time this race, so that's just because of the action that was happening behind him. But yeah, a fantastic drive from G. Joe Breezy.
Fatal. Kyochin lets Fatal through.
And yes, he does. Might be a strategy move there. Good move there. Seafreeze also set the fastest lap of the race there. So Seafreeze, for the time being, will take home 19 points.
Well, also, too, Fatal is in higher points than Kyochin at the moment. So I think it was just a mutual understanding. Just kind of let that go.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of time, but good points for the team.
So we're approaching about 7 or so laps to go here. And Gigio Breezy's still our race leader.
I'm looking in the Discord, and I see Toast has made a comment. Says, sorry guys, was reckless for me. I deserve a penalty for this. My wing was damaged. Repairs was set to auto, so I couldn't change his wing. So after I tried, it was too tight. He came into pits. He put on the intermediates, and things got worse. So he said he feels bad and sorry. Got everyone involved into the situation. But he's on to the next race, and we have a safety car. We have a safety car.
This changes everything. Safety car deployed. Now, why is there a safety car deployed?
Here's the thing too. Seafreeze. I was going to say Seafreeze got blocked by the safety car. So Joe Breeze can absolutely put on some sauce and still maintain. He has nearly a 25-second lead over Seafreeze. So they actually both can put the softs on.
Yeah, so
let's see what happens. We got a few drivers already in the pits. We got Be Good. He's going to put the softs on. Damaso. He's going to put the softs on. Some of these drivers are a lap down, but anything will help.
Will we see a daring driver stay out and go for track position?
Fatal's into the pits, along with Doth. Oh, Fatal's serving the penalty.
Yeah, Fatal had a stop and go, looks like.
He's going to put the softs on as well. Dougie Fountain is only 5 laps on those medium tires, but he could still catch up here.
As if this race couldn't get any crazier, we get a safety car.
Here comes the leader
of the race.
He just pits on those softs. I imagine
Seafreeze
Seafreeze
stay
does it.
out.
He stays out.
Stay out. Now,
Interesting move. Well, those are five laps old, so probably won't be a major difference. But Kyo-Chen, 21 laps on the hards. He has to come into pits.
yeah, I do expect the Kyogen will indeed pit here.
We might go green on lap 37, 36 or 37, just because we have so many drivers that are kind of everywhere trying to catch up.
We could very well have a green-white checkered finish. Just like a
NASCAR race. Yeah,
just
that'd
like
be absolutely insane.
Oh,
okay. Kyo-Chen lost it back in there.
Whoa now, buddy. Yes,
Most of the drivers have pitted if they can. They have the opportunity to. We'll see what happens.
Kyogen needs to come out front of the McLaren here, and I don't think that the McLaren is the lapper of the Moso. So.
Alrighty. Joe Breezy. And Seafreeze. Yeah, met the safety car.
Loses a lot of positions. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if, since it's Monaco, I don't know if the tires would be that evident or not.
But why is starting to come together? But I'm not sure. I think there might have been an incident where a driver was backwards or anything like that, but I have no idea. I kind of looked up and there was a safety car. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay. The field is still trying to catch up to the leaders. That's how far they are right now. So some drivers are banking on fresher tires and sacrificing a few positions, and some they're going to take the position even though they may have older tires. The oldest tires that we have right now is I-Roll with the mediums, and that's 11 laps. So that's not terribly bad, but I think the drivers behind them are going to try to get around him as soon as possible. So we have to see what happens with I-Roll.
Okay, so
might get gobbled up here too soon.
So while the safety car is out, I'm going to take a quick restroom break, and I'll be...
No worries.
I'm back.
The field is still trying to catch up to the leaders. As they try to catch up, Dougie is still about 30 seconds behind the leader as he's trying to catch us up. If they don't catch up too soon, they might ready up the cars here at this lap once they enter the third sector. I wouldn't be surprised if we go green here end of this lap. I roll 12 laps on medium tires, and he has failed. Who was in the top five most of the race is with fresh soft tires on the back of him, along with Kyo-Chen. Xander Mar 8 laps on the hards. I think he's just trying to get the best position he can with those hard tires. Those are 8 laps old, but I think he's going to try to work the best way he can there. Talon, pretty fast driver all day. 8 laps on those medium tires, but we'll see what happens. And last points paying position is Damaso. He's a lap down, but he's behind the safety car. The safety car is going another lap as everyone's still trying to catch us up. But we might be going green here on lap 36, end of this lap, as everyone's still trying to catch us up.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic ending, that's for sure. Do we think Seafreeze has anything for Breezy?
He has to do everything he can, but right now he is technically in a disadvantage with 7 lap mediums, and Joe Breeze is on fresh softs. A little bit of a stack up here in the middle sector, but I think everyone's fine. We got some drivers. We have some ghost drivers here right now that's kind of in between the field. Kyo-Chen, 5-second time penalty. He gets a collision with his teammate.
A severe collision, it said. So I'm not sure what happened there.
He was coming through that corner pretty fast.
Does he have some wing damage on that Williams, or is he okay?
I can't tell.
Kyo-Chen,
he gets another.
My goodness.
5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. Oh, that just threw his race out the door. 10 seconds, he just instantly moved down to at least 10th place
The
there.
interesting thing about this is that the Moso is currently still behind the safety car, and he's in P11, but he's right up there with the leader, so I don't know how that's going to work for him. But
Okay, safety car in this lap.
And
Safety car in this lap.
Are going to get prepared to go back green flag racing here from Monaco.
Oh, driver's losing the ring. I'm gonna ride along with Talon, who's the last driver of this on this current field, and see what happens here in the backfield.
And I'll
We're
watch
about
the
to
leaders
get green flag here in a
and
second.
call this back to green flag. Marshall's got the green flag in hand. We are back to green flag racing in Monaco. Joe Breezy skips away. And he's going to try and pull away from Seafreeze here. He's got the better tires. A little bit of a wall tap there from Seafreeze. I roll now. Makes a move on...
Keochin makes a massive move on Fatal.
Keochin does a fantastic move on his Williams teammate, but does he go for the move on the Ferrari? No, he does not, as now I-roll goes through the lapper. Yeah, Joe Breezy keeps the race lead. Seafreeze now P2.
Oh, Keochin gets in the back of Iro, loses the back end there.
And there goes the Haas
Sandemar.
Sandemar to the inside, a little bit of contact.
Oh.
It's very dirty, but it's okay now. Still side by side with Talon now. Fatal and Talon. Great battling here for the final points paying positions. Now there's a yellow flag in Sector 2.
Seafreeze is under a second.
Seafreeze is right there. I don't know if he has what it takes to win this race or not, but Seafreeze is going to have to really push if he wants to win this.
Fatal on the back of Sandemar. Sandemar got lucky with that move there, but Fatal has the fastest tires, and he's not going to give up on that position.
No, he is not. Let's see if he's faster in a straight line. Doesn't have DRS just yet.
Keochin still on the back of I-Roll with the faster tires.
Yeah, Keochin has been a very aggressive driver all race long. We'll see if he can maybe make a move on I-Roll.
Fatal still knocking on Xander. Sandemar 11 lap hards.
Seafreeze is closing the gap on Joe Breezy. This could be a very good battle for the win here. Coming through the Novell chicane. Seafreeze taking the tightest line possible, trying to carry as much speed as he can. That gap's just over a second.
We got battles everywhere. We got Joe Breezy, go-to guy looking on Dougie. And they got a I-Roll. We got a big line here stacking up here. We got drivers trying to take over each other with 1 lap to go.
Final lap.
Who's going to be it?
Final lap for the Monaco Grand Prix. Joe Breezy.
Sandemar and Fatal.
Sandemar and Fatal's having a battle, and it looks like Sandemar is going to hold off on Fatal. But Talon now, right on the back end of Fatal.
Keochin loses the back end on Rasgas and hits the wall, loses front wing.
So I-Roll should be able to keep P5, unless he makes a mistake. But at the front, it's still Joe Breezy, who leads from Seafreeze by 1.1 second.
Dougie maintaining. Still, he's like a leader of this train, and every time we come to him, but he's maintaining his position. Is anyone going to throw it in at the end of the tunnel?
I don't know.
Go-to guys only. Yeah.
Yeah, this could be a fantastic drive from Dougie here if he's able to salvage a podium out of this after causing one massive train and just salvaging those tires. And if he's able to bring home P3, that'd be a remarkable performance by the Red Bull driver.
Absolutely.
But coming into the final corner now, he's dominated all race long. He made the move in turn 1. He's led the entire race. Joe Breezy's going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Seafreeze takes home P2. Dougie Falcons leads the train of cars down to the start-finish. Does go-to guy have anything for him? Looks to the high side. Dougie's going to keep P3. Go-to guy P4. Sandemar P5. I-Roll P6. Talon guy. Lots of penalties and stuff were painted out there at the end. But it's Joe Breezy who's going to win from Monaco here today.
What a dominant performance. Great job by everyone today.
A very good drive.
I thought Joe Breezy might be able to squeak it. I knew if he has a good shot, he had to get through turn 1, and he did.
Yeah, he did exactly what he needed to do as he lifts the trophy up in glee. as the lights shine down on the beautiful papaya orange McLaren.
Who would you say the driver of the day is?
Driver of the day. The obvious choice would be Breezy because of the move in turn one dominating the whole thing. Dougie had a pretty remarkable drive on stretching out those tires for as long as he did and still bringing home P3.
Oh, yes. And, I mean, he did held up a pretty big train, and I think a lot of drivers will be upset about that. But still, he maintained. Nobody could still get ahead of him. And he raced cleanly, and he maintained a P3. But Joe Breezy is definitely driver of the day. Yeah. Great job for Dougie from P11 to P3. That's pretty impressive.
So Joe Breezy going to bring home the maximum amount of points here this evening. 26 points on the board for Breezy. Seafreeze brings home P2, Falcons P3, Go To Guy P4, Zandermar P5, iRoll P6, Fatal P7, Talon Guy will bring it home P8, Kyochin P9, Demoso in his return back to TCR Racing brings it home P10, Be Good P11, P12 belongs to Doth, P13 is HVAC Toaster, and P15 would belong to Kev Berge.
Yeah, I think when Kev Berge left the initial session, he got kicked out of the lobby, unfortunately. So I don't know if that's by choice or by what happened, but we didn't see the other Mercedes out there today, but that's okay. But overall, it was still a great action-packed race. We did have a safety car. I thought we were going to get through it pretty cleanly, but it came at the right at the end.
Yeah, so a fantastic race here from Monaco. This will conclude the coverage here of the Platinum class from Monaco here in TCR Season 9. If you enjoy the stream, then come back the same time next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for Silver, Gold, and Platinum class racing, respectively, for Round 7. I'm not sure where they're racing next. Do you? Because I don't know.
I have to look that up real quick, but I think we're going to be at France.
France. That should be a fantastic race as well. So come back and check that out. Also, in the description, there is a link to buy a Fanatec wheel. And if you buy a Fanatec wheel from that link, then some of the profit goes to TCR to help grow and to expand the league more. So please go and check that out. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment to tell us what you thought. But yeah, fantastic race here for Monaco. I've in Sinister Owl 43 alongside Ray Diggy. Good night.
Good.